Today we're going to be revisiting EXO Zombies. I still can't believe that Advanced Warfare is 10 years old this year. I've literally watched this game go from being like a brand new Call of Duty to somehow being nostalgic. EXO Zombies is one of those modes where I feel like it's severely underrated, and at the same time, despite it being a third mode in a Call of Duty game, I just feel like it isn't talked about enough or even remembered to a certain extent nowadays. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you know, when you bring it up, everybody's like, oh yeah, EXO Zombies, and then they'll either clown on it or talk about how much they loved it. At the same time, it's barely ever brought up in the conversation. Like, you know, everybody's like, oh yeah, Black Ops 3 Zombies, and to a certain extent, you know, some people will be like, oh yeah, Infinite Warfare Zombies is underrated, and you know, I've done that in the past too, but I feel like it's at that point where, like, nowadays, more people finally understand, like, oh yeah, Infinite Warfare Zombies, especially with something like Zombies in Space, like, yeah, that game was absolutely amazing, but I feel like EXO Zombies is still one of those where it's like, yeah, this mode is actually, like, truly underrated. Like, nobody's playing this, nobody's talking about it, and that is truly a shame in my opinion, which is why today, again, we're back. We're revisiting this game, and we're gonna put some respect on EXO Zombies' name. For me, as weird as this might sound, EXO Zombies was the last of the classic zombies, because Black Ops 3, while sure, it's still that classic zombies-ish formula, that is when things started to change. You know, you had, like, the gobblegums and all this other crazy stuff that was introduced into the game, and don't get me wrong, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I feel like EXO Zombies was the last one where you truly felt that sense of anxiety from zombies, and you had, like, that classic sense of zombies, because again, as much as I love Black Ops 3, it definitely feels a bit different compared to classic zombies. Like, when you compare Black Ops 1 to World of War, they all fit within that classic zombies realm. And while Black Ops 3 definitely has elements of that, it definitely feels a lot newer at the same time. Whereas something like EXO Zombies, I still look at this game as still having a lot of that classic zombies feel, like, compared to something like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, World of War. It's really hard to describe. It's just one of those game feel things, I guess. It's the same reason that, like, when you're watching a game review and they're talking about the way that something feels, a lot of times it's hard for them to describe how something feels, and it's one of those things where it's like you don't even necessarily understand until you get your hands on it and play the game. That's kind of how it is for zombies. You know a classic zombies game when you're playing a classic zombies game. It's not something you can really describe. It's just something that you feel. I always love the mystery box in this game. The 3D printer, let's see. Oh, okay, the SAC-3. This is actually a pretty decent gun since it's dual wield. In most zombies games, whether or not a weapon is dual wield doesn't really matter too much, but in this mode, being able to have a weapon where you can fire one off, and then when that's out of ammo, you know, still having another one to fire off, like, being able to just shoot at all times is really good in this mode. Right now, while the zombies are kind of slow, it doesn't matter too much, right? You can kind of take your time, go to chill pace, but later, when all, like, the EXO deactivating zombies come in, and there's all the different types and infected kind, yeah, you want to be able to shoot, like, as much as possible. Once you get past, like, round 15, there is not a single second where there isn't some ultra-fast zombie just swarming your screen and you're being completely overwhelmed by something. Unlike most zombies games where we usually get about 5 zombies maps, this game we only got 4 because the first zombies map didn't actually come with the game on launch. You had to buy the first DLC in order to get access to any of the EXO Zombies maps. However, you were technically able to play EXO Zombies basically if you completed all of EXO Survival. Then at the very end, you got to play zombies for like 20 seconds. But yeah, in order to get access to any of the actual maps, you had to buy the first DLC. So we only got 4 in this game. However, for the 4 that we got, they were all absolutely amazing maps. First, we had Outbreak, then Infection, then Carrier, and then Descent. Honestly, I love every single one of these maps. If I had to choose a favorite, I would probably say Descent. It's really close between all of them because they're all amazing in their own ways. But there's just something about Descent specifically, especially with like the Wonder Weapon in that map and just some of the weapon variety, because a lot of the DLC weapons are in that map, and then with the Wonder Weapon, you shoot it, and it just like bounces all around the room. It's absolutely insane. For simplicity and nostalgia's sake, I just went with Outbreak since this was the very first one. The EXO movement honestly works really well in zombies too, because obviously once the zombies get their exosuits, then they have basically the same abilities that you do, except, you know, obviously you're a human, so you have a bit more control of this thing. It's one of the small but really cool touches that I always loved is like the zombies, they can still do the same stuff you do, where you exo jump and exo kind of like, I don't even know what it's called, like exo dash. But obviously, since they're zombies, they're kind of stupid. So every time that they try to exo dash, it's kind of like slurred in a way. I don't know how else to describe it, but they kind of go in like some weird directions, or they're running it, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just like, they found a way to make EXO movement zombified. Oh, there we go, first down. That tends to happen when I play zombies. Like, when I'm sitting there talking and making a video on it, I talk too much, and then my focus kind of slips on the game. I gotta focus up a little bit. This is EXO Zombies after all. This is like, I'd say at least 2 if not 3 times harder than normal zombies. And then beyond just like the normal zombie EXO types, and you had all the crazy ones like I was talking about earlier, like the ones that deactivate your exosuit, and then you have the other ones that can like infect you, then you have the other ones that just have straight up armor, and then the other ones that like explode when you shoot them. Normally when it comes to my COD Zombies experiences, I don't really need all the different zombies types, though I will say it's a nice change of pace. Like normally in Treyarch Zombies, I don't get bored of just shooting the same zombie type. In fact, I think it's, you know, kind of adds to the relaxation factor. But in a game mode like this where it's trying to be a bit more hectic or whatever, then yeah, you know what, I'm all for the different zombie types. It kind of reminds me of like Left 4 Dead, for example, how there's like tons of different zombie types over there. There we go, we got EXO health, and now we're infected, so now we gotta sprint all the way to the other side of the map. That was always a really big point of contention with these EXO maps. It's like, you know, some people didn't mind it, but some people really did get frustrated with some of these infection rounds. Me personally, I didn't mind them all too much. It's just, it can be a little nerve-wracking like this when you're down to the last 10 seconds and you barely make it to the decontamination zone, but we're all good. Another big point of contention in this mode was the fact that you literally had to pack a punch 20 times in order to get like the max day. Yeah, y'all thought like pack a punching 4 different times. Black Ops 4 was bad. Nah, dude, that is nothing on this game. Literally 20 times. And then when you do like the Easter egg and all that, then you have 5 extra pack-a-punches you can do, making for a grand total of, yes, 25 pack-a-punches, which, yeah, that's quite a lot. Not to mention the fact that the pack-a-punching in this mode is like nowhere near like normal pack-a-punching. Like it's just very slight upgrades for all of them. Another cool thing that I always loved about this mode is the fact that they just kind of like drop in like all these different supply drops and stuff for you. So there we go, put up the rocket drone, then we got an energy turret right here, and you can just get so stacked up. Normally when it comes to score streaks, everybody thinks that Cold War did it first, but realistically, man, I mean, like, to a certain extent, you can even say the buildables in Black Ops 2 count to a certain extent, but I would say Advanced Warfare is the first one that truly had like all these score streaks here in place. I mean, Call of Duty Ghost Extinction did as well, but I mean, I don't know, that's kind of different. That's not even zombies, that's aliens. Look at this, I got a rocket drone up there, turret down here, I got my camouflage on, which is essentially like a zombie blood that I can activate at any time. Like I was talking about before, things get absolutely chaotic on that descent map, because not only do you have like the crazy wonder weapon where, you know, you can shoot the orb all around the room or whatever, but then you got like the Goliath suit and all the other score streaks on top of it. So I remember there was so many times where me and my buddies would be playing that. One of us would have like the crazy wonder weapon, be launching the zombies all over the room. Another one of us would be like grabbing the Goliath suits anytime that they landed on the roof. So it was more than EXO Zombies, man. At that point, it was like Titanfall EXO Zombies. There we go. We have enough for another 2 pack-a-punches, so we're up in Mark 6. Like, as long as you keep with it throughout the game, it's not too bad. Like, you can get to max pack-a-punch by a reasonable round. It's just one of those things where it's like, man, you gotta run back in there 20 times. I almost forgot to buy EXO Meta. Like, I completely forgot that we went down. That's not to mention, like, obviously, you still gotta save up points to open up the rest of the map. Obviously, you know, you would want to keep spinning the box to maybe get better weapons, but really, the sooner that you start pack-a-punching, the better. Oh, here we go. We got another supply drop coming in. I don't know what it's gonna be. Oh, it's just credits. I mean, hey, you know what? Since we're trying to pack-a-punch, I mean, I'll take it. I think we'll put like 1 or 2 more upgrades into our weapon, and then we definitely got to go buy EXO Reload, because the zombies are getting a bit crazy. Here we go. Mark 7. Oh, yay. It's another infection round. Like I said, these rounds aren't too bad by any means, but it's just one of those things where it's like, man, I had a good thing going here. Now I gotta get ready to run over to the decontamination zone. Thankfully, the placements were always really smart when it came to the decontamination zone, so it was never too bad. Like, you never had to run like all the way across the map. Like, usually they were close to either the center of the map or pretty close to that, so then you never had to go too far, and you were never guaranteed a death or anything. Like, you could always make it. All right, this is getting a little sketchy here. I'm running low on ammo. I'm literally down to my MP11. Oh, God. Oh, no. See, this is what I'm talking about. You get up in the corner, they start infecting you, the other ones shut down your EXO, then you can't jump, then you can't move, and then you're dead. Did I mention that this mode can get a little chaos? Oh, no, I don't want to die. Please. I mean, I bought EXO Medic so we can revive, but like, dog, I'm literally like half floating in the air right now. I'm completely out of EXO Medics, so if we get trapped again, I'm absolutely screwed. No, please just get out of my... Okay, decontaminate, die, everybody go away. At this point in the game, like, you have to be using your upgraded weapon, which, speaking of which, oh my gosh, I'm infected again. See, here's the thing. I can either pack-a-punch or I can decontaminate, but I don't have any ammo, so I kind of had to pack-a-punch, so hopefully I don't live to regret this. Just spray them down, and there we go. That's the end of the round. Did I mention that this mode can get a little chaotic? Really, the only hard part about EXO Zombies is the fact that the zombies can shut down your EXO. If it wasn't for that, this mode would be a lot more manageable, but like, as you can see, like, it's literally round 13. They're jumping at you, sprinting at you like Varrock Zombie. Like, this mode is insane. Round 13 on EXO Zombies is like round 25 on normal zombies, if not higher. Like, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, the Electro Zombies, those are the ones that you got to avoid because they're the ones that shut down your EXO. This is why I was saying earlier in the run, like, yeah, you want to make sure that you have some sort of weapon that can shoot basically 24/7, and in my case, you know, I have a dual-wield weapon, so I haven't been too efficient with it. At this point, I should really just be shooting one at a time. Once one runs out of ammo, then, you know, I switch to the other one, just sort of something like this. There's 2 main strategies on this map. Either you train in at the main hub, or you train out here. I mean, really, it doesn't matter where you go. I always just kind of stuck to the spawn room. Unfortunately, there wasn't really any wonder weapons on this map. map. There was some DLC weapons added with this DLC, but again, they weren't exclusive to zombies because they were also multiplayer, like the AE4, for example. And, you know, it's something like the Selfie Cauterizer, which can maybe be considered like EXO Zombies equivalent of the ray gun almost. At least that's how I always saw it. Go ahead and pack a punch for the 11th time. And now we're on to round 15. I know I was saying I wanted to go buy EXO Reload and all that, but like I have to keep pack a punch. Like every time that I'm ready to go buy EXO Reload, I'm already out of ammo, so then I have to go pack a punch again. So I guess we're just kind of rocking out with EXO Health for now. I'm not kidding when I say that like 90% of my time playing EXO Zombies is literally just a red screen. I will say that does make EXO Zombies pretty good for those moments where it's like, all right, I got 30 minutes to kill and you want to go in and play some zombies, because obviously with normal zombies, usually it's a bit more of a time commitment. Like 30 minutes, you might get to like what, around 20 maybe. And usually with normal zombies, let's be honest, if you're anything above average, you'll be able to last for much longer than that. Whereas something like EXO Zombies, hey man, if you only have 30 minutes to kill, it's okay, you'll probably be dead in 15. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to go play a game of zombies, but it's like, hey man, do I really have enough time to do that right now? And then you kind of either have to start a game and then just quit midway, or pause it until you come back later, or just not play it at all and go play something else. I don't want to die, please. I need to pack a punch my gun once. No, get out of my way. Okay, thank God. Lucky DNA bomb, pack a punch it again. Now we're on to pack a punch 13. My screen is so red. Please just give me a break. Let me breathe. EXO Zombies will literally suffocate you in its zombie. Like, no way. Oh, come on, man. Like, I'm jumping, dashing. It's just never enough. But anyways, this was EXO Zombies, and yeah, man, this mode is absolute chaos. But honestly, it's so much fun. And, you know, again, I just wanted to put some respect on this mode's name because it really is a lot of fun. And it just makes me sad because it feels like it's almost being, like, forgotten nowadays. But anyways, now I'd love to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on EXO Zombies? Do you still play it? Have you played it recently? Did this video remind you of it? Now are you gonna go play? Just whatever it is, but everything, and I'd definitely love to hear from you guys. But anyway, as always, massive shout out, thank you to all the Patrons and channel members. Thank you to all of you in the low baller tier, and a bigger shout out, thank you to all of you in the mid baller tier. My last game, Daddy Manny, the biggest shout out to all of you in the G tier. Run events, similar cheese girl. Thank you guys so much. You guys are literal legends. I love you. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.